Hello, today you get started on your flowchart, which we're going to use a new program called draw.io. And what's really cool is when you go there, then you can just log in with your Google and you can say to save your diagrams to either Google Drive, OneDrive, or your device. So you can have it saved directly into Google Drive. So when you click on that, you can authorize it and then you'll have to tell it which Google Drive you want it to go to and all of those things. If you're like me, you have about 32 to choose from. And then you just say create new diagram. All right, and so when you come in here, you're going to want to give it a name, so you might want to just title it Human-Caused Disasters, or whatever the title of your disaster is. And what's great is you can start with blank, but there's also lots of charts that you can choose from. So there might be some that you're like, oh, I like the look of that. Let's go ahead and choose this chart because I like the look and it's already built out for me. So that's up to you if you want to start from a blank or if you want to start from a layout. Either way, they're pretty easy to use. This one's kind of fun. So let's just say that you are motivated and you started with a blank. And I just say, yes. Now you can choose a folder right away to save in your Google Drive, so that way it's organized for you. I did not, which might have been a poor choice. Okay, so let's say that you want to start your flowchart just by giving a title, okay? So you can put that in there, and you can put your title right in. And so notice how easy that was. I just dragged it, and I typed it, and it was done. So none of the steps of putting in a shape, adding a text box, and all of that. So that's really nice. You can manipulate your text just like you can always over here, okay? So you can choose your font color and your background, all that you want, so that way you like the look of your flowchart, because we all know that that matters. And so you can do all those things. Notice also you can insert pictures and hyperlinks into your flowchart, so you can add lots of additional information to your chart, which is a pretty cool feature, personally. And so there's that option. So once you have your title and you need your first box, you can begin by dragging out your next box, typing in what was going on there. And so let's say government hoped to better utilize the Great Plains space. Okay, so from there, I'm also going to want to put in a caption, right? And so it's pretty simple because you could put in a small box below it to make a caption, or you could just put text in below it. So let's come over here. If you just wanted text to make your caption, you could just say human, because remember, you have to talk about whether this was human or nature caused. And I know that some of you have already talked about how almost everything is human caused in yours, and that's fine. So sometimes though that will not be the case. Now you have your connectors, so you can take whichever connector you like, whether it's fat or skinny or whatever, and you can put it where you want and easily drag it around or manipulate it to connect to your next thing. Okay, so once you have that, you can put in the next shape that you want. If you want them all to be the same, awesome. If you want them all to be different, that's also fine. Since it's a flowchart, arrows can go both directions if things were happening back and forth. You can have one box that's connected to 3 different items, because sometimes there were lots of causes that happened to make your effect occur. And so what's great about your flowchart is you are free to design it in any way, shape, or form that is logical according to your event. Again, you are allowed and encouraged to specialize the way that it looks, so that you're happy with that, because that just makes sense. Also, you could color code it according to events that are correlated. Those things are all up to you. The requirements of your flowchart are to include the details, yes, hear that word, details, of your event, the minute causes that led to the drastic effect, to have a title, to make sure you choose font that's easy to read, to label each event as human or nature caused, and to end at one effect, okay, one catastrophic effect. I know for some of you, your projects are pretty broad, so you're going to have to choose what you want that one effect to be. Otherwise, the flowchart will be very complicated. So please make sure you specify the one event you want to end at, and get detailed with your causes and effects. Be creative with the way that it looks, and you'll be good to go. Now, notice we're in Google, so it's already done. So as far as saving goes, so that's a really nice feature. You can go ahead and share it with me like you can in normal Google, because I didn't create a template for you, so it would be really smart that you share it with C. McMullen at hcls.info. And or maybe it'll tell you can't share. Just let me know if that happens. Or you can share it with hclc.info, but make sure that you share it with me. Play around with all of the features that are on here, because there's really so much to do on this flowchart, but I was really just loving the fact that it was so easy to use. Notice there's different types of connectors you can use. You probably don't have to use these shapes because they have connectors over here. Lots of font changing opportunities. So please play around with what you have to see how you can make the best flowchart. Once you're done sharing it with me, please copy this URL address up here, Command-C, and when you turn in the assignment, attach that URL. Again, you're going to copy the URL at the top, and you're going to attach it when you turn in the assignment, just so I can see how your flowchart's coming along, because I want to check it for spelling and grammar errors and make sure that you have enough details to earn you an A. But again, if you don't share it with me first, I won't be able to see it, so please make sure that you share. All right, thank you and good luck.